Greetings. This is a chosen one heart warrior message. So all signs, channeled messages with a theme of betrayal from relationships, communities, work, connection, rejection. So betrayal, rejection, and connection is the theme for these messages. All right, so bear with me because there's a lot. Going right to scripture first is Luke 12, which is all about warnings and encouragements. So there are a lot of things that have been warnings, yet from these warnings, there are encouragements. Because in the song, bear with me, let me find, in the song Closing Time by Semisonic, I know who I want to take me home. Okay, so someone here could be at a bar, someone here could have met at a bar, someone here could frequent a bar, they could have an alcohol problem, drinking problem, or they could just work at a bar or frequent a bar. That could be kind of like their place. At the end of that song, though, every new beginning comes from some other beginnings ending. So every warning, yes, is warning that something is coming to a closing time. However, with that closing time, a new beginning is on the horizon. Now, in Luke 12, he says, there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed. There's nothing hidden that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the rooftops. So now getting into, quite the stark mix here, because I kept hearing Missy Elliott, 1 minute man. I don't need, I can't stand no minute man. Ooh, here's your chance, be a man. Take my hand, understand. I don't want no minute man. Boy, it's been a long time, a crazy long time. Okay, so for some of you, it could be celibate for a while. Hands up for all those celibate people. Amen to that, living that life myself. Because you are holding yourself out for a true connection. You only want a true connection. For many people, you are no longer in the state of entertaining casual dating. You're no longer in the state of, well, if they're my boyfriend, then they get it. It's like, no, my next boyfriend, my next girlfriend will be my wife, will be my husband. So there is a change here into recognizing just how sacred that sort of connection is. And, we can only meet others as deeply as we've met ourselves. So there's something here where as you've begun to meet yourself more deeply, you no longer have tolerance for connections with others who have not met themselves as deeply as you've met yourself, which will mean that you're naturally going to face a lot of rejection, a lot of betrayals, a lot of stepping away. Now, people can also in this call you like stuck up, attention seeking, etc., and it's just connection seeking. And anytime people say that you're attention seeking, or people just ghost a situation, or a place doesn't like you, they fire you because of hearsay, because of gossip, there's slander. Anytime you're like outcast, the black sheep in the family or a friend group, anytime you're experiencing that, chosen ones, I want you to know it is truly only because those people have not met themselves as deeply as you've met yourself. It is also a projection of their own fear of deeper connection. See, they fear you because you know yourself intimately. You're comfortable with yourself. And because you're comfortable with yourself, they're going to slander you. They're going to say, oh, this person probably does all these like crazy things. This person probably lives a crazy, crazy lifestyle. And it's like, actually, I don't. I just know myself. I'm comfortable with myself. And, I'm like that with myself, but no one gets the cookie. Not just anyone gets the cookie. Not just anyone gets the eggplant. And so, you live this life that people see and they project onto you. Oh, they probably are just X, Y, and Z, because they don't know, first of all, that sex energy is actually the most sacred energy. It is the energy of pure creation. And when it's not bastardized, when it's not perverted, when it is truly seen for what it is in its most sacred, sentient place, only then can someone truly see and acknowledge you. Only then can it truly be felt and can it truly feel at home, feel relaxed. So there's an energy here of as you deepen your own connection to your own sacred energy, your own sexual energy, as it comes online, more so to speak, people are going to project their own fears of their own desire and also lack of intimacy with themselves. It's like they desire to have that level of intimacy with their own sensuality, but they are fearful of it. So instead, they just label it and they put all these projections on it because they fear that deeper connection with themselves. Now, they also refuse to meet themselves that deeply. So they will label others, they will project onto others to avoid the responsibility of those deep feelings, the ability to respond, the ability to respond. Sorry about that. A call came through. I love that there's a pause aspect on this. So after the Missy Elliott song, that's like the female version, but the male version, there's this guy, could be a player. I don't want to be a player no more. Is that Joe? I'm hearing that song. But also, baby, won't you come my way? Got something I want to say. Can't keep you out of my brain. There's something that you should know. I don't ever chase no hoes. Spotted you, you had that glow. So you have a glow. Flexing on your ex, I know. How dare that boy run his mouth when his pocket's in a drought. So there could be someone here that knows an ex of yours, your ex of yours, or other exes. This can be ex-employers, ex-friends, ex-lovers, have run their mouth on you. And yet it's comical because the people around them are like, but you don't have stacks, like you don't have anything to speak for it. So how are you going to talk mess on this other person when you are really in the struggle bus? And it's like the people collective are realizing, it's really because they're projecting, they're speaking about themselves, but they refuse to take ownership of that. So this is a classic example collective where you just being in your natural essence is going to reveal the truth of others. It's like your natural authenticity is just going to naturally shine the lack of authenticity in others. So you never need to explain yourself. No empress ever left her throne to explain herself, and no emperor daddy ever left his throne to explain himself. So stay in your emperor empress energy. You never owe anyone an explanation. And for those that are outcasting you, they just simply haven't met themselves as deeply as you've met yourself. Something is fool's gold, something is fake here. I am also hearing, if you're trying to turn me into someone else, it's easy to see I'm not down with that. I'm nobody, I'm nobody's fool. So it's an Avril Lavigne song. 711, 11, 7, 711. That's also a Beyonce song, so check out the lyrics to that song. You could be seeing a lot of ones and sevens. Sevens is spiritual knowledge. One is all about the self, but one and one would be like when one self comes to its whole, one other self comes to its whole, and then they come together, that 11-11 soulmate union. Get down, get deeper and down, get down, get deeper and down. Saturday night, I'm not alone. You're not in my mind. You were a victim of my mind, but I left you behind. Oh, you were a fool to treat me that way. I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna forget you. I have something to say. Okay, so that's a Spice Girls song. You're a twisted lover. Okay, ooh. So, and that's what you are. Ooh, okay, so I'd check out that song. It's Get Down, Get Deeper and Down, Saturday Night. I don't know, I think it might just be Saturday Night by Spice Girls coming through. Also Rare by Selena Gomez. You've been so distant from me lately, it feels like you don't care. Why don't you recognize I'm so rare? Honey, hun, sir, they don't recognize that you're rare because, again, as I said at the beginning here, they don't see their own worth. They refuse to acknowledge the ability to respond. They're not at a place where they can even understand. So it's like, as you ascend in your energy, you're naturally going to be in places where it's going to be like feel like a barren desert, but it's really just so you have more space to allow in people who are actually on your level. And the more that you even entertain or try and explain yourself to those previous employers, previous friends, previous lovers, etc., family members, the more that you really just hold back from your blessings. I also was hearing the Stairway to Heaven came through, yes, but first it was the Rockwell, I always feel like somebody's watching me. But in that song at the beginning, he's like, I'm just an average man with an average life. I work a 9 to 5. Hell, I pay the price. I just want to be left alone in my average home. And so there's an energy here of someone that could be like an average Joe Schmo who could live a certain way. And they are seeing someone who's like on a different, like I was hearing hypergamy. So hypergamy is like being with someone in a different social class. So there could be differences here in like social classes coming through. Your next lover could be someone that's in a different social class from you. I also was hearing the song Almost from Bowling for Soup, and I almost had you, but I guess that didn't cut it. Almost had you, and I didn't even know it. You kept me guessing it. Now I'm destined to spend my life missing you. So someone here is destined to spend their life missing you. Now, in that, he also says, and I almost got in a fight with a thug because he almost ran off with a bunch of the drugs that I almost got hooked on because you ran away, and I wish I would have had the nerve to ask you to stay. So again, someone here could have a substance problem. Someone here could have chosen their substance problem. Their friends, they could have been like bad-mouthing you. This can even be workers, employers, bosses that are like saying things about you when you're actually like sober, celibate, live a clean life, or you're just not excessive in those things. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, they've got all sorts of problems. And honey, just like Luke 12 said, everything that is done in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from rooftops. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight. So just know that that time is coming. Many are called, few are chosen, but even fewer are actually committed and stay the course. All right, I love you guys. If you'd like a personal reading, hit me up, Valerie from Vega, and please check out the YouTube channel, Valerie from Vega, and give it a like, share, and subscribe if the messages ever fit you. Bless you.